Good morning, everyone. Good morning, and welcome to 𝗥𝗵𝗲 show. Thank you for always tuning in and being here with us. Your time is valuable, and 80% is showing up for your success. This show is about real estate and mindset. My co-host Ria, she talks about real estate, and I talk about from the mindset perspective. And together, her and I, we bridge the gap for your success. Today, I'm going to be taking over the conversation, but before I do so, I want to introduce myself. My name is 𝗥𝗵𝗲.
My name is Ria.
And welcome
To
our
show.
So today, I'm going to talk about choosing a different set of risks. Choosing a different set of risks, what does that mean? And when we talk about choosing the goals that we have for ourselves, when we talk about we're just in the second month of 2025, what are you doing today? How are you preparing today for your tomorrow, for the rest of the year? What are you doing so that you are taking those quantum leaps in your lives? The biggest challenge that I have seen in my own life, and I have seen the challenges that we have in our lives, the reason why we never overcome them is because we don't see it's possible. We don't take that chance to say it's possible. Yes, I can do it. If you never say that you can do it, then you will never be to where you want to be, right? So you have to take the challenge. You have to challenge yourself. And I know I've done that. I've challenged myself in so many areas that, I did not want to stay. I did not want to be in that status quo. I did not want to, be who I was last year is not who I am this year. And that's what you want to see. That's what you always want to strive for, even in your jobs. You want to always be striving to get a new position, to always be adaptable when you are told to do certain tasks. You always need to be adaptable. And this is how even, like they say, how you do one thing is how you do everything. If you can learn to manage and challenge yourselves, even in your work, in your business, start to adopt those methodologies to say, yes, these are the tools that I have. What can I do? How can I progress forward? So choosing a different set of risks every time is really going to help you. And it's really going to propel you to, to overcoming the challenges that you've gone through. Choosing a different set of risks also comes with knowing, who you are at the end of the day and who you are, right? This is the biggest key. Who you are yesterday is not who you are today, because who you are today is the one who's always challenging herself or himself to do more, to become better, to always keep striving for excellence in your job, in your business. You don't give up. You don't give up for anything less. And you always keep on going. So I want to ask you a question. How many of you actually take the time, you sit down and you actually take the time to say, who am I? What do I want to do? How do I see my life going forward in my life, in my business, in your job? How do you see your life going forward? And are you most of all taking challenges? Because challenges comes with taking that quantum leap. You got to take that quantum leap to see results. And if you're not seeing results in any way, then are you succeeding? So I just want to stop it there, because you know what, we can really talk about this, and if we're not willing to do that, put in that work. If we're not willing to put in that work, then how are we going to see the results? So I'm going to challenge you. I want you to, really sit down and ask yourself, what am I for the rest of this year? What are my goals? What am I striving for? Am I reaching those goals? Right? Are you risking yourself in putting yourself in those situations that it's going to help you? You are taking that quantum leap. You're not just sitting back. You're not, sitting back and just watching as to what is happening. You are actually taking that time and you're taking that quantum leap. And every day, you challenge yourself. And you have to challenge yourself to see the growth. You have to challenge yourself, because if you're not growing, then you're just disintegrating, and that's not what we want. That's not what you want. So I'm going to give you this challenge, and I want you to do it. So drop it in the chat. What was your biggest takeaway from this conversation? Ria, do you want to highlight anything? Can't hear. Okay.
So thank you for that, Alka. When you mentioned about overcoming challenges a while ago, what came into my mind is that a lot of us are fearful because I likened it, or I compare it to a forest, right? If we are in a forest, drop down in the middle of the forest, we are scared. And so we do not know our destination. So if we want to go home back to the civilization, one, right, if we're in a forest, so let's put ourselves in a forest, so we have a small axe. Two, we could see locals there that are familiar of the forest. And third, our faith in God, right? Whether you believe on a higher being or God, right? We have that faith that yes, we can get out of this forest. So what came into my mind was, one, I have tools to help chop off the forest. Second, I will look for locals to help me, they can climb the tree and look for the direction that I want to be headed. And third is my faith in God. So if you want to go to that direction, if your goal is to, own a number of properties, let's say, 5 properties, then the axe is your knowledge. The axe is your action. The guide who's going to climb up the tree, the local guide, could be that mentor who has seen the field, right? Who knows where you're going. Who, for example, if you're into apartment investing, so a mentor who has, achieved more than 10 apartment units, and you want to go there. And third is faith in God, because without the faith in God, then you may give up, because there's going to be a lot of challenges along the way. So how we overcome these challenges is to prepare for our axe, to make sure that our axe is sharpened. That means our knowledge, our tools, and our actions are sharpened every single time. Second is the guy that climbs up the tree to see which direction we're headed to. That's going to be our mentor. Whatever field you may want to be going into, if it's an apartment, the mentor who's doing the apartment. Third is our faith in God. So that's what I would like to share to our listeners and viewers, because that's what came into my mind when you talk.
Those are great points. Absolutely. That's a great analogy. I mean, you know what? Seeing yourself in the forest, putting yourself in there, and knowing as to what can you do? What are the tools that you have in your toolbox that can, you can just get out of the forest. And that's a great analogy, Ria. That is really good. I just love that. So absolutely, you know what? That's what we need to do. We've got the tools in our toolbox. All we need to do is use them. Use the tools that we have accessible, so that we are not stuck in everyday. We are not stuck. We are able to use the tools and then progress, and then life, is going to be successful. But if you're just going to sit there and, just wait for things to happen, you're not just going to sit there and you're not taking actions, you're not doing as to what is needed, then you'll not be successful. But Ria, absolutely, you need to find find everyone around you who's going to help you, who's going to guide you. But without the guidance, if you don't believe that you can do it, then you will never do it. So you got to believe. If you had everyone around you to help you and seek through as to what you have to do, and accepting those challenges, what you have to do to overcome. But then if you're not believing that yes, it's possible, that yes, you can do it, then nothing is going to be possible. So that is number one. You have to believe in the actions that you are doing and making sure that, that you're taking those quantum leaps every single day. And the way you take the quantum leaps is to believe in yourself as well. Because, you could rely on God and have that faith. But if you don't believe that you will ever reach to the point that you want to in your job or in your business or in life, then you won't do it. You will not do it. So that has to also be in line. So I am going to leave this for now, but I will come back because I know there's a lot to grasp because of, what we need to do. So thank you, Ria, for sharing your points. But we will see you at the same time, same place. But do the challenge because this is very, very important. Do the challenge and drop it in the comments as to what was your aha moments, your takeaways from this conversation. Thank you so much, guys, and make the rest of the day the best of your day. And we will see you the same time, same place tomorrow. Bye for now. Thank you, Ria.